What's up, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're going to do a little bit of explaining about why I chose the rough country lift over all the other options out there, especially the lift that's most brought up, which is the Titan swap. We're going to get into that, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my plans for the vehicle and why I even bought the truck in the first place. All right, so just a little recap. This is a 2022 Nissan Frontier S 4-wheel drive, and I originally bought this truck to go camping. That's the whole reason why I made the channel, really, is because I like getting out and going camping, getting outside, and I needed a vehicle that was, one, inexpensive, two, that could fit me and my family, and three, I wouldn't mind getting scratches on and getting tore up. And for the price point of these 2022 or maybe even 23s, I don't know, I didn't look at the price for them yet, but for the price point for a base model, you really can't beat them. And I also wanted something that was reliable. I've driven Nissan Frontiers essentially my whole working life when I worked for other companies, and those trucks had hundreds of thousands of miles on them. You know, as any work person can tell you, the technicians beat the crap out of them, they don't take care of them, and those things still ran just fine. And essentially these 2022s are essentially the same as the previous outgoing generation. There's a couple tweaks here and there, but for the most part, it's the same truck. And I wanted that reliability, and I didn't want to pay for a Tacoma. So let's talk about real quick my plans for the truck. When I bought the truck, I never intended this truck to be an off-road vehicle, right? I got a truck that I wanted to be able to take me to campsites, get me off the beaten path, get me back in the woods so I can enjoy the outdoors. That's it. I didn't plan to make an off-road truck. That's not what this is. That's not what my goals for it are. Doesn't mean I don't like getting outside and, you know, having some fun going wheeling, but it's not an off-road truck, and I don't have any delusions of it being an off-road truck. That's why there's hardly no skid plates, there is no rock rails, there's no protection hardly at all. And for an off-road vehicle, you probably could not pick a worse lift than a rough country lift. So the main thing everyone wants to know is, why did I go with a rough country lift instead of a Titan swap? That's the number one question I get asked. And the main reason why is I don't need it, right? I don't need all the bells and whistles that come with the Titan swap. I don't need all that articulation, and honestly, I don't need the price point of it either. You know, I'm not even going to use most of the benefits that I get from a Titan swap, and all I needed was the body further from the ground, because I mainly go through deep water and some ruts that are decent size, but nothing crazy, nothing I need to spend $3,000 on for a Titan swap. I just didn't need all of it, honestly. So the rough country kit gives you 6 inches, which is more than enough for what I needed, and it was reasonably inexpensive. I paid about $1,400 for the kit. If I did not get the shocks, if I just got the lift kit and not the rough country, I think it's the N3, N2 shocks option you can see on the website, if I didn't get those, it'd have been like $400 cheaper. So $1,000 would have got you the kit, but I went ahead and got the new shocks because this truck already has 30,000 miles on it, and a lot of those miles are off-road. So the shocks that came with this truck were pretty beat up already, and they're stock, so they weren't made to take that much off-road abuse. So that's the reason why. And let's talk about price point some more. I mean, this is a base model truck, and I'm obviously not rich. I don't have, you know, I've got 2 kids, a wife, a house, and multiple trucks and all this stuff. I don't have money to spend $3,000 on a lift on a recreational vehicle. I mean, this is a base model truck. I kind of like having the base model lift. It does just fine. It does exactly what I need, and it's nothing crazy. And let's not forget about gas mileage. This thing gets decent mileage right now. I'm getting about 15, 16 in the city or on the highway. If I got a Titan swap and put much bigger tires on, Lord knows what that would be. And another reason why I got this truck is because it's reasonably okay on gas. I don't want to kill that totally, right? I want to get some relatively good miles to gallon. And doing all the extra things is just going to make that worse. And I don't even need that to begin with. So the trade-off just wasn't there for me. So I've been living with this kit now for a little over 2 weeks and taking it off-road a couple times. If you missed that video, I will put a link down in the description of the video I just posted that'll give you an idea of how the truck does off-road. but there's a few things that I've noticed so far that I need to change or replace. First thing and foremost is going to be these upper control arms. I had the Z1 off-road upper control arms from back when I had the spacer kit, and as you can see, they are extremely close. What's that? That's 3 inches, 3 fingers, I guess, whatever you want to call it, to the top of the fender well in here. They just weren't made for this kit, so I'm going to take these off. I'm going to put the stock ones back on here and lower this way back down. That's going to give me a little bit more articulation right there, which I'm looking forward to, because even up here, is it this one? Let's see. Nope, isn't this one? It's the other one. On the other one, there is already a hole where I've punctured this with the upper control arms. And I think that was done, well, I know that was done before I had this kit put on. That was done back when I had the spacer kit and just off-roading it kind of hard and getting it, the tire too shoved up in there and just pop right through it. So these will be coming off, stock ones will be going back on. Another thing I want to do is get some kind of skid plate or some kind of bracket or something that I could put down here and protect this whole front bracket. It sits about 13 inches off the ground, but I'm just really paranoid about running into something, especially if I'm in a deep water hole and there's a rock or there's a log or something. I don't want to hit that, because if that gets hurt, gets messed up, it's going to mess up the entire front end. So that would be a really bad day. So I'm going to try to find someone local who can put me up a bracket or put me up some kind of skid plate just to help protect that a little bit more. Other than that, I really don't have any complaints on the lift. I don't have any complaints on the truck. It does exactly what I wanted it to do. It does nothing extra. The price was right. If I had to do it all over again, I don't know if I'd get the rough country kit again. Let me tell you why. When I had the 2.5-inch spacer lift, I really didn't have any problems. It was rare that I had a clearance problem. It sat pretty decently high off the ground, but I wanted more, and if I could do it again, I would have kept that spacer kit in there. I would have kept these Z1 upper control arms, which I think are great. Those things made a huge difference when I had the 2.5-inch spacer lift on it. But what I would have done is, if I could do it again, I would keep the spacer lift, keep the upper control arms, and just get like a 2.5-inch body lift or 2-inch body lift. And I probably could have fit 35s on there with that. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if I would have gone a full lift kit. It's pretty involved. And another thing, that once you pick, if you do pick the rough country kits, there is no going back. So when you put this kit on, you can't take it off, right? So there's cutting of the frame involved, there's new brackets going in. Once you go on with this kit, it's on there forever. So be sure it's something you want. I have no major complaints about it, but price wise, you know, the spacer kit costs you what, 90 bucks, 150 bucks if you get the shackles and all that. Let's say 150 bucks for that, and the body lift costs you what, 90 bucks. So you'd be into it for 250 bucks. It's kind of hard to beat that. This here was 1,400 for the kit, another 700 to get it installed, so you're $2,000 in, and it's not really too much different than if I had just gotten the spacer kit and the body lift. It wouldn't have ridden as good as it does, probably, and there'd be other issues. You know, from the body lift, you have gaps in your tailgate and all that stuff. But again, this isn't a show truck. This is to get me A to B off-road when I want to have some fun and to a campsite. That's it. That's all this is. So there's that. Okay guys, that's it for this one. Just want to give you guys a real quick overview of the kit and the truck and answer some questions I've been getting. If you guys have more questions and I didn't answer them in the video, put them down in the comments. I will do my best to answer them as much as I can, and I will see you guys next time.